have a look at the ever-popular Steve Gadd playing along with 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by Paul Simon. Now, there are a couple different videos out there showing how to do that, as well as Steve Gadd himself. But I wanted to take this opportunity to show it to you along with an app that I really like using called Anytune. Anytune allows us to slow down a song or speed it up and a bunch of other things as well. So what we're going to do is basically learn different parts of this beat, kind of like in chunks. We're going to plug it into the song, but then we're going to have the opportunity to loop the song a little bit and possibly even slow it down. So let me show you the beginning part of this. Now, mind you, Steve Gadd has such a great ability to just have so much character and feel that I only hope that you get the parts and listen as much to this as you can to try and emulate his sound. My drums aren't tuned the same way, and I'm not going to play it like Steve Gadd, but I hope to show you the parts that he played so you can kind of get an idea as to how he played it. So the very first part here is we get a bass drum and a hi-hat. And he doesn't necessarily show you in the video that there is a hi-hat with the very first bass drum, but you'll kind of get the hang of this. So you get hi-hat and bass drum, both feet. Okay? After that, we get a hi-hat hand, left hand, a snare drum with your right, and then another hi-hat with your left foot. Okay? So we get this. So now I'm going to show you the next chunk, and then we're going to piece those two chunks together. So the second part, let's call this B, all right? And so the hi-hat, left hand, sounds like this. We'll get two basses at the end. So left, right, left, bass, bass, okay? Now, okay, with that very last bass drum there, there'll be a floor tom. So let's go ahead and just add that little idea in. So, okay, now if you remember the first part here, we'll call that letter A, sounds like, and then B will be, so piece those two together. Once again. Okay, now the very last part here has a couple 30-second notes, which the very beginning of this will get right, right, left, right, left. Okay, two 30-second notes. So, now, when Steve Gadd plays this, some of those 30-second notes might not sound so defined. Again, it's the tuning of the snare drum. Is it tight? Does he mush in that right hand a little bit to get them a little closer, or is it even a little looser at times? And truly it is at times. So now we'll try A, B, and then the 30-second note thing we'll call C. So, okay, now the next measure is pretty much going to be the same thing. We still get the feet, so basically A and B from the previous measure, from the first measure. So this time that last bass drum does not get a floor tom. We wait for beat 4. And if you can read the music, you'll actually see closer to the end, you'll see a floor tom and a high tom. We actually get to play both together, and we get 4 30-second notes, right, right, left, left. Okay? So the very last part is going to sound like this. Okay? So now the second measure we'll do. Okay, so now the whole thing pieced together then, first and second measure. Now we're going to go ahead and try and play along with the loop that I set up that you can download underneath of this video as long as you have the app Anytune, which is incredibly helpful. So download the app and then the file that goes along with this. And I set up a loop file basically on the verse where Paul Simon will start to sing, and we'll get an opportunity to go ahead and play the first and the second measure together, and I actually have it slowed down, so we're at like 90%. Let's have a listen, and then I'll start playing.
Problem is all inside your head, she said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. Problem is all inside your head, she said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. The problem is all inside your...
So one thing I wanted to also mention here is that in the first measure, where the 32nd notes are, this part here, so dig-a-dup-dup-dup. So the first two 32nd notes, and then left, right, left, which are 16th notes. A lot of times to grab that essence that Steve is playing, sometimes it's really laid back. And so instead of those notes being so defined, dig-a-dup-dup-dup, what I like to do sometimes is think of them almost like that first right, right, left more as a triplet, meaning the first half of beat 4, and then the last right, left being normal 16th notes. They sound very similar, but man, when we're talking about that feel that we can't really seem to grasp, I like throwing this in there to kind of say, man, I'm exploring all my options to really get it as close to that feel that he's got going on. This is very cool. So instead of... I like thinking the first 3 being triplets, and then the last 2 being 16th notes. You'll notice a slight little variation here. Notice how at the very end it starts to slow down just a tad, okay? As opposed to... the triplet idea, that sounds a little bit better with the hi-hat. Kind of lets us know where the and is, right? So. Cool, that sheds a little bit of light on that feel thing. Still not quite as cool as Steve, but I hope that gives us another option to get a one step maybe a little closer to it. Cool, you'll notice one more groove on this page, which is the chorus. And it's pretty easy. Bass drum, there are variations in it still, but the one variation that I gave you basically was 4 on the floor. Bass drum is just going to keep this thing nice, slowly moseying, grooving along, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Snare drum on 2 and 4, so. Now the hi-hat. Now the hi-hat will be on all the ands. Give it a little bit of that upbeat push, right? So. Okay, so there are going to be some variations in that too. The way he plays it, he's not just totally stuck to that chorus beat that we have written, but it's an idea. So let's try it along with the song. You'll notice there's a transcription on the next page that you can go ahead and play your own. Don't forget to download this, this app Anytune and download the file that I have set up for you so you can play along and slow it down and work out this loop thing. I hope this helped.
Problem is all inside your head, she said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude. Furthermore, I hope my meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself. At the risk of being crude, there must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, stand. You don't need to be caught wrong. Just get yourself free. Hop on the bus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop on the key and get yourself free. Ooh, slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, stand. You don't need to be caught wrong. You just listen to me. Hop on the bus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop on the key and get yourself free. She said it grieves me so to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said I appreciate that. Would you please explain about the 50 ways? She said, why don't we both just sleep on it tonight? And I believe in the morning we begin to see the light. And then she kissed me, and I realized she probably was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, stand. You don't need to be caught wrong. Just get yourself free. Oh, you hop on the bus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop on the key and get yourself free. Slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, stand. You don't need to be caught wrong. Just listen to me.